tunaingia tunaingia. Haya.
Honorable members, Mr. Speaker.
Appointed leaders and parliament members of society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to be known with your favor as your servant whom you have been pleased to cause the performance of interest in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us as simple and grant that we treat and consider all matters and shall come under consideration in so just a faithful among us to promote the honor and glory and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest you have given our church. Amen.
Order. Order number 1, administration of order.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers. The report of Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the budget estimate for the financial year 2025-2026 by Honorable Chairperson of Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee.
The report of Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the budget estimate for the financial year 2025-2026. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 131, 1 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, as read together with the Standing Order 183 and 212 of the County Assembly Standing Order, I beg to lay on the table the report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the budget estimate for the financial year 2025-2026. The report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the Annual Development Plan 2025-2026. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 126 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, as read together with the Standing Order 183 of the County Assembly of Isiolo Standing Orders, I beg to lay on the table the report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the Annual Development Plan 2026-2027. report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the County Budget Review and Outlook Paper 2024-2025. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 118 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and the Standing Order 183 and 210 of the County Assembly of Isiolo Standing Order, I beg to lay on the table the report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the County Budget Review and Outlook Paper 2024-2025.
Notification of decision to enter into a governmental partnership agreement with the national government on bursaries and scholarship. That notification of the decision to enter into intergovernmental partnership agreement with the national government on bursaries and scholarships, which was laid on the table of the Assembly on November 26, 2025. I now go and
Notices of motion. Notices of motion. Adoption of the report of Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026 by Chairperson, Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee.
Adoption of the report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the budget estimate for the financial year 2025-2026. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 131, one of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, as read together with the Standing Order 183 and 212 of the County Assembly Standing Order, this Assembly hereby adopt the report by Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the budget estimate for the financial year 2025-2026. Adoption of the report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the Annual Development Plan 2026-2027. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 126 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, as read together with the Standing Order 183 of the County Assembly Standing Orders, this Assembly hereby adopts the report by Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the Annual Development Plan 2026-2027. Adoption of the report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the County Review and Outlook Paper, CPROP 2024-2025. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 118 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and the Standing Order 183 and 210 of the County Assembly of Isiolo Standing Orders, this Assembly hereby adopts report by Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the County Budget Review Outlook Paper, CPROP 2024-2025.
The intergovernmental agreement on issuance of bursaries and scholarship for ratification and approval. That aware that the Office of the Controller of the Budget has enforced strict adherence to the Article 187 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 regarding the transfer of functions to either side of the government as between the national and county governments. Further aware that the Controller of the Budget has instructed county government to cease using their funds for primary and secondary education bursaries as these national government function. Acknowledging that prior to this action by the Office of the Controller of Budget, several students across Isiolo County benefited from the county bursary funds, which helped them pursue their education without interruption and unnecessary pressure. Noting that after the strict directive from the Office of the Controller of Budget, this county government of Isiolo has not been able to offer bursaries to the needy students. This has overburdened the parents and threatened the future of our students. Concerned that if this challenge is not addressed, our community stand to suffer irreparable loss in the education sector. Recognizing that the transfer of function from the national government to county government sometimes include gaining of more resources by the county government. Therefore, this assembly resolved to adopt the intergovernmental agreement on issuance of bursaries and scholarship for ratification and approval between the government of Isiolo and the national government, which was tabled before the Assembly on 26 November 2025.
So I believe all the members will go through the document so that it should be part of the discussion of the House. Next order.
Next order statement.
Next order.
Motions to bills. Adoption of the report of Finance and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of county budget review and outlook paper 2024-2025. Chairperson, Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 118 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and the Standing Order 183 and 210 of the County Assembly of Isiolo Standing Order, this Assembly hereby adopts the report by Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the consideration of the County Budget Review Outlook Paper 2024-2025. Honorable Speaker, with your consent, I would like the members to go to Roman 3 of the report of the CPROP report. Roman 3 of the CPROP report. Roman 3. Honorable Speaker, the County Budget Review Outlook Paper, CBROP, 2024-2025 was laid on the table on November 26, 2025, pursuant to Section 131(1) of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, are read together with the Standing Order 211, 212 of the County Assembly Standing Orders. Go to Roman 4 of the report. Roman. Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the members of the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee for their dedication and commitment. It is because of their commitment that we have been able to accomplish the task. May I also, on behalf of the committee, extend our gratitude of the invaluable support accorded to the committee by the Office of the Speaker and the Clerk of the County Assembly in ensuring the committee task has been exhausted. Finally, Honorable Speaker, it is my pleasure on behalf of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee to present this report to the House for debate and adoption according with the standing order. Honorable Speaker, we go to page 5 of the report. Honorable Speaker, Section 118 of the Public Finance Management Act to prepare the county budget review and outlook paper for each financial year.
Mr. Speaker, on point of order, I stand under section number 311A, extension of time, Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provision of standing order. Which is standing order? What is standing order? Standing order 311A, extension of time, Mr. Speaker. 31A, one member to read for us. The Raka to read for us that standing order. That was the standing order.
Leader of Minority Party appointed day for special sitting of the Assembly. Note with the starting paragraph 1 and 2 of the Assembly may resolve to extend its sitting time, B, to meet at any other time on a sitting day, or to meet on any other day in order to transact business.
Mr. Speaker, continue. Mr. Speaker, understanding order 313A, Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provision of standing order 33A, this House resolves to extend sitting of Thursday, 4th December 2025, morning sitting, morning sitting to 1 p.m. for purpose of consideration of minority business of the order paper, Mr. Speaker. And I'm asking for this.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Section 11, we go to page 5 of the report on the CBRO. Honorable Speaker, Section 118 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 mandates the County Treasury to prepare the county budget review and outlook paper for each financial year and submit the document to the County Executive Committee by 30th September of that year. The county executive committee members shall consider the county budget review and outlook paper with view to approving it with or without amendment within 14 days after its submission. The county treasury should then table the CBRO before the county assembly by 21st of October each year and publish and publicize the document as soon as practicable after tabling it before the assembly. Honorable Speaker, the CBRO has 3 important phases. Number 1, it functions as a year-end report and provide assessment of the budget performance from the previous financial year. Since the CBRO is produced almost 3 months after the end of the financial year, the county government should have a good sense of success and challenges in implementing the previous year budget. It also provides an update on the county government fiscal position for the first quarter of the current financial year. In February, prior to the start of the financial year, the county government provided a projection for the current year in the county fiscal strategy paper 6 months later. The CBRO indicates whether the county government projection have turned out to be correct or not. Finally, the CBRO play a key role in setting the share of the budget that will be distributed to different sectors for the next financial year. CBRO proposed provisional ceiling, a maximum share for each sector, and county government organized a sector hearing between November and January to review the proposal. The revised ceiling are published in February in the county fiscal strategy paper. Honorable Speaker, we go to page 8 of the report. The 2024-2025 CBRO provide a review of the fiscal performance for the financial year 2023-2024, including adherence to the objective and principles outlined in 2023-2024 County Fiscal Strategy Paper and PFM Act 2012. It provides a basis for the revision of the current budget and financial policy underpinning the midterm plan. The 2024-2025 CBRO will guide the development of 2025-2026 County Fiscal Strategy Paper that will summarize the various projects and initiatives undertaken during the midterm plan 2023-2027. Honorable Speaker, we go to page 9, the committee recommendation. No, we go to the challenges and the remedies. Challenges. In terms of spending, the recurrent expenditure continues to decline, the lion's share of the county budget resource. In the financial year 2024-2025, the county devoted about 64.48% of its budget toward recurrent expenditure, and this is expected to continue to rise in the financial year 2025-2026 budget due to annual salary increment and expected new recruitment for the technical staff. The issue of pending bill still lingers and is a major concern. The bulk of this amount are pending account payable, most of it related to the construction of buildings and civil work and supply of goods and services. The weak effective monitoring and evaluation framework and internal control, challenges to fully shift to e-procurement, lastly, the delay in disbursement of funds from the National Treasury. Remedies. Enhance local revenue through enactment of the various revenue bill. Review of the evaluation role and embark on the alternative sources for support for the capital budget that include PPP and joint ventures, tightening the enforcement across all revenue sources. B, the executive committee member responsible for finance economic planning to designate a person responsible for administering each established county fund in line with Section 116 of the PFM Act 2012. Number C, to strengthen the capacity of the county government employees through proper training and recruitment of the qualified staff. Number D, adequate funding for monitoring and evaluation as per the CIMES guideline to enable effectively carry out its function and track regular progress and report on the development project. Number E, and the last one, timely requisition of fund and processing of payment from the county treasury. The committee recommendation. Number 1, the county should set a realistic target for own source of revenue and formulate and implement strategies to enhance local revenue collection. This can be achieved by widening the internal revenue base through diversification of the internal revenue streams and sealing leakages by scaling up secure revenue collection channel, enhancing enforcement, supervision, and regular field spot check of the revenue clerks. Number 2, the risk to budget implementation remain weak internal control and the pressure with respect to the rising wage bill, that is crowding out resources for essential services and economic development. Hence, the need to conform with the provisions of the Regulation 25(1) F of the PFM, County Government Regulation 2015. Number 3, the county should set a realistic target when it comes to development expenditure, devise a strategy to address the low absorption of the development fund and address the issue of the delayed procurement by identifying and addressing the gap in the procurement process. Number 4, the county government to put on hold approval of any policies and proposal legislation which establish new county sector entities with personnel and wage implication. All such establishments are delayed until the comprehensive restructuring of the county government is done in accordance with the Constitution. Number 5, the county should set a realistic revenue and expenditure projection and indicate which sector are affected by reduction in revenue expenditure. Number 6, county to address deficit sustainability issues by putting emphasis on efficiency and effectiveness of public spendings on improving its own revenue performance. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee recommends that this assembly adopt the report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on the review of the County Budget Review Outlook Paper 2024-2025. I propose Honorable Haji Letimalo to second the motion.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to second.
Isiolo, standing order 183, 2010, Central County Assembly of Isiolo standing orders. This assembly here is based finance budget of 2025. So the members, the document is in your own liberty for debating. So other members have to contribute. If there is private to be highlighted, you highlight during the motion. Thank you. Open for the motions. Debate, sorry. Members, you all have the report? Order members, you have the report? This is the report.
as I stand, I also thank the budget committee because all of us happen to have gone through this report together. So it is important that we are able to know what is inside because we are part of it. Sometimes we set, as the report has recommended, sometimes we are too ambitious on our revenue correction, and sometimes we have the shortfalls. It is good to set realistic own source revenue correction, and I believe if we work on our resources where there are loopholes, especially we need to automate revenue correction. And if we do that, I have seen other counties automating revenue correction, and they have increased their revenue. A case in point recently is the Meru County. They automated and they were able to raise even 1.1 billion. So I believe for us to enable us move to the next level, we need also to automate our services, may it be land collections, third collection, or other forms of revenue that we do collect in our country. We need to automation, and I know it will do a great deal to our county. Also, I think we should also learn also to live according to our means, because as we can see, we have put so much money on paying pending bills. If we had lived according to our means, this money we could be utilizing in another way. Another thing that I would like to add, our people need jobs, and you need to expand by putting our money where we know that it is investing where our youth can get jobs, especially if the abattoir where we have put money, if we complete that abattoir, there will be a good number of young people will be employed, and even our livestock farmers will also benefit. And also, when it comes to the market, Isiolo market, we need to complete it so that our people benefit. Well, I do know, because once I used to work there in the market, if people get good environment of working, people will make money. I know when it rains in Isiolo, the market is flooded. And now that we are building a modern market, which is almost complete, most of our people's wear, may it be food, cereals, and what have you, sometimes it gets spoiled. So it is good we finish that market the soonest so that our people can move to a good place, a conducive place where they can do their business without worrying about rain, and where it will look even clean. You know, when a market is clean, people tend even to buy more. But when people feel the market is not clean, people sometimes prefer even to go to the shamba to buy there. So it is important that we finish, especially those two projects that can enhance young men and women get jobs. Otherwise, thank you. our chair budget, for even inviting us to participate in this and know what is Nini. So I really do thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me even the chance to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand to support this report, Mr. Speaker. I stand to support the motion. We have been part and parcel of validation of this report, Mr. Speaker, and we thank the Assembly leadership to give us an opportunity, plus the committee, to have an opportunity to go through the report, Mr. Speaker. This budget, generally, the executive has tried, Mr. Speaker. As you know, we came through a lot of challenges, Mr. Speaker, from long drought, dry spell at the beginning of this government, Mr. Speaker. And unfortunately, we had a lot of polarization due to divergence, political interest in the county, where we had an attempted impeachment of Excellency the Governor. Mr. Speaker, where some leaders could also interfere with the flow of raising of the internal revenue in the county, others polarizing the community, inciting and telling the citizen not to give out the revenue. Despite all those factors, Mr. Speaker, there is a maintenance or momentum of collecting the revenue. And we also have a problem of security challenges, Mr. Speaker, which I think it is important we mention so that it can be addressed for us to improve more revenue, Mr. Speaker. That in rural wards, Mr. Speaker, you find markets are not operational. Majority of us are livestock keepers, but the livestock markets are not functional. Some of it due to the security problem, Mr. Speaker. If I give you an example of my ward, we are in Corbesa and in part of Garbatula ward, Escort, you find the influx of livestock which comes from neighboring county. They had us actually when they sell their livestock, they refuse to pay. They refuse to pay the fees which are required, Mr. Speaker, and again to an extent of even threatening those staff from the county who have been assigned to raise revenue. So, Mr. Speaker, we are very hopeful if to raise actually the internal collection of our revenue, when all the infrastructures which has been put in place, like the abattoir, like then we operationalize the markets, the livestock markets, and also benefit from the modern markets for the where the farmers can be able to sell their produce in the markets. Like in Kina, we have a projected market which the national government is supporting in collaboration with the county government. All these things has to be in place, Mr. Speaker, for us to improve. And then the citizen also learn on how to manage such kind of facility, Mr. Speaker, and feel that the revenue which is collected is also ploughed back some percentage to improve the services in the area. With this, Mr. Speaker, I stand to support this report, and I thank actually the committee which gave us a chance to be able to go through this. Executive were able to do validation, public participation, and also Assembly was able to do the validation within an ample time. And I stand to support this report, Mr. Speaker, and thank you very much for giving me a chance.
If there's no more debate, maybe the chair could reply. We now the contribution of members. The contribution of members like the report. So I put a question that pursuant to this section 118 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, standing orders 183. Pursuant to section 118 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and the standing orders 183 and 210 of the County Assembly of Isiolo standing order, this Assembly hereby debates and adopts report by Finance, Budget and Appropriation on the consideration of the County Budget Review and Outlook Paper, CPROP 2024-2025. As men of that opinion say aye. Contrary say nay. Ayes have it. Next motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The motion, the Intergovernmental Agreement on Issuance of Bursaries and Scholarship for Ratification of and Approval. That aware that the Office of the Control of Budget has enforced strict adherence to the Article 187 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 regarding the transfer of function to either side of government as between the national and the county government. Further aware that the Control of Budget has instructed county government to cease using their funds for primary and secondary education, as these are national government function. Acknowledging that prior to this action, the Office of the Controller of Budget, several students across Isiolo County benefited from the county bursary funds, which helped them pursue their education without interruption and unnecessary pressure. Noting that after the strict directive from the Office of the Controller of Budget, the county government of Isiolo has not been able to offer bursaries to the needy students. This has overburdened the parents and threatened the future of our students. Concerned that if this challenge is not addressed, our community start to suffer irreparable loss in education sector. Recognizing that the transfer of function from national government to county government sometimes include gaining more resources by the county government. Therefore, this assembly resolved to adopt the Intergovernmental Agreement on Issuance of Bursaries and Scholarship for ratification and approval between the county, the government of Isiolo and national government, which was tabled before this assembly on 26 November 2025. Honorable Speaker, as we are all aware, education bursary plays a very important role in our county. It has helped so many needy students. And when the controller of budget told us it was not our mandate to give people in primary and secondary and universities and other institutions that our people go to, it really gave us a lot of problems. There are many students who left schooling because of lack of funds. So this is a very wise decision that both the government have taken into account to help alleviate this problem that is disturbing our people. It is important for all of us to help and make sure that we assist. We as members of a county assembly and even all elected members, in fact, we have been called to so many harambees because our students lack funds to continue with your education. As we are all aware, we cannot afford to take everybody to school with our own macro resources. So many students are at home. We do know that if this thing works properly, as it has been envisaged, both the national government and county government, if those funds are given to our county and managed properly, many of our students will have education, which is important for a county to have a human capital. Because sometimes we import human capital from other counties when we don't have the requisite, our people don't have the requisite education. So this is the time to make sure that our students go to school, go to good, we give them even scholarship. We had a very good thinking. We wanted to sponsor our students even to those big universities in China. And when that thing collapsed, it became a problem to us and to the government of Isiolo. So it is my prayer that the government will put more resources, not only what we are having, but even more resources to help our people. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I propose Honorable Nicholas Rorot to second the motion.
I stand to second the motions of the report of agreement of issue of the bursary and scholarship for ratification and approval. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
That are aware that the Office of the Control of Budget has enforced strict adherence to the Article 187 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 regarding the transfer of function to either side of the government as within the national government and county government. Further aware that the Control of Budget has instructed the county government to cease using their fund for primary and secondary education bursaries as this national government function. Acknowledge that prior to this action by the Office of the Control of Budget, several students across Isiolo County benefited from the county bursary fund, which helped them pursue their education without interruption and unnecessary pressure. Noting that after the strict directives from the Office of the Control of Budget, the county government of Isiolo has not been able to offer bursaries to needy students. This has overburdened the parents and threatened the future of our students. Concerned that if this challenge is not addressed, our community stand to suffer irreparable loss in education sector. Recognizing that the transfer of function from national government to county government sometimes include gaining of the more resources by the county government. Therefore, this assembly resolved to adopt the intergovernmental agreement on issuance of bursaries and scholarship for ratification and approval between the government of Isiolo and the national government, which was tabled before the assembly on 26 November. Members, it's now time for you to debate on the same report. Mheshimiwa Speaker of Majority.
Honorable Speaker, during the tenure of the late President, Emilio Mwai Kibaki, we enjoyed a free primary and secondary education. That loosely translates to investing in future. If you have a generation which has gone to school, it will going to benefit the community and the entire country. Mr. Speaker, it is absurd for someone who has not gone to the eastern and the northeastern and the eastern counties, sit somewhere in Nairobi and decide to slash the part of bursary funding to less privileged peoples in those disadvantaged areas. This is a modern day marginalization, Mr. Speaker, sir. We were taught when we were in school that education is key. But when someone decides to take the key away from a blind learner who has just stepped into a secondary school by slashing the half or the entirely the bursary from the needy student, that is putting them into a disadvantaging position. Mr. Speaker, sir, just before they do away with the bursary, the student from my ward, that is Garbatula ward, they are enjoying a total benefit of an education in our county. Mr. Speaker, sir, I remember we have been sponsoring more than 1,500 students, both in secondary school, colleges, and university. Mr. Speaker, sir, today, half of those children or kids or students, they are at home simply because the financing have been stopped by those who are occupying the big offices, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, our parents have not gone to school. This is the only generation that have attended the secondary, the colleges, and the higher institution of learning just to elevate the status of their parents by going to universities and getting a better job, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is so many leakages in the entire country. Mr. Speaker, sir, the hospitality from the national government, the money that they have allocated to the hospitality industry, the national government, is something that should worry the control of budget. He or she should not take a bursary as a luxury funding, Mr. Speaker, sir. We know we are the son and daughters of the pastoralist community. She should not discriminate us against other community. Mr. Speaker, sir, the other developed area, the Nairobi, Eldoret, Mombasa, is a developed part of this country, Mr. Speaker, sir. Since the inception of the devolution, we have benefited so much. But when the announcement comes that the bursary funding should immediately be stopped, everything's come crumbling down, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I appeal to the President of this country. Is the top-notch organ in terms of leadership to give direction to anyone who is trying to disrupt the process of younger child education in this country, Mr. Speaker, sir. The Constitution gives us a base that we were told everyone should go to school, Mr. Speaker, sir. If the funding is stopped, how can a poor child go and concentrate in a school when he knows that at the back of his mind that any time he will be chased out of school? Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to applaud the chair for bringing us a very comprehensive report on the benefits of bursary to a needy student in the entire country, Mr. Speaker, sir. To be specific, in Isiolo wards, Mr. Speaker, sir, Isiolo received the last two in terms of distribution from the national government. We receive a little funding, Mr. Speaker, sir, but out of those small, we set aside a very small portion just to make sure that our students benefit from the scheme of the bursary education that we have every day. Mr. Speaker, sir, I chair the Committee on Budget and Finance and Appropriation. We every year set aside an equivalent of 100 million for the bursary, Mr. Speaker, sir. We sit down as a committee and decide to kill some other luxury projects so that our students go to secondary and university, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, just to give an example, Garbatula has a two capital national project. That is the Horn of Africa and the LAPSET. The technical part, that is the engineers, the doctors, the civil engineers, and such like staff. Garbatula, Kulamawe entirely lost those kind of an opportunity because we have never had a privilege of attending a good school and a better university so that we can occupy those positions, Mr. Speaker, sir. If we are given an equal opportunity, together with a son who is studying in a University of Nairobi, who is studying in a school, high school, a secondary school, Lenana, will be competing for the same position in the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, the son of a pastoralist is around 0.001% to occupy the higher position in a national government just because the government of Kenya has decided to kill the ambition of a northern, eastern, and the lower eastern son of a Normand to make sure that he will never reach a point that he will compete with the son of a minister, with the son of a principal secretary for the position of the higher ranking in the entire country. Mr. Speaker, sir, education will equalize everything. Mr. Speaker, sir, this should worry the COB, the controller of budget, should not interfere with the funding of our student, that is the bursary and the scholarship fund, should be reinstated immediately so that our sons and daughters will enjoy the benefit of devolution. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Any more debate if there is? So now I put a question. Aware that the Office of the Control of Budget has enforced strict adherence to the Article 187 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 regarding the transfer of functions to either side of the government as between the national and county government. Further, where the Control of Budget instructed county government to this using their fund for primary and secondary education bursaries, as this national government function acknowledge that prior to this action by the Office of the Control of Budgets, several students across Isiolo County benefited from the county bursary fund, which helped them pursue their education without interruption and necessary pressure. Noted that after the strict directive from the Office of the Control of Budget, the county government of Isiolo has not been able to offer bursaries to needy students. This has overburdened the parents and threatened the future of our students. Concerned that if this challenge is not addressed, our community stands to suffer irreparable loss in education sector. Recognizing that the transfer of functions from the national government to county government sometimes include gaining of more resources by county government. Therefore, this assembly resolved to adopt the intergovernmental agreement on the insource of the bursaries and scholarship between the government of Isiolo and the national government, which was tabled before the assembly on 26 November 2025. As men of that opinion say aye, contrary say nay, I have it. Clerk, next order.
No other business, Mr. Speaker.
Members, with the leave of extension of the House up to 1 p.m. It's now 12:35. So the House remains adjourned till 2:30. Thank you.